talk for a while. He said, Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. And ever since.
Welcome everybody. It's Barry Temporary here, giving another tour and update of the realm. This is going to be something new because Unworthy Oink, he's a new member, so I'm kind of going to be giving the tour to him as well so that you can see what a tour will look like if you decide to join. So first up, we have our world map, at least for the main parts of what's built. There's definitely some improvements from the couple of months that I have been inactive on YouTube for the channel because I mainly streamed on Mixer and then the whole thing collapsed, so now I am on Twitch as Barry Temporary. Here's a bunch of rules. I hope you just pause the video, find out what they are. Nothing really is new. We added a Carter here. By the way, achievements, everything's still on. We encourage, well, I wouldn't say encourage, but we do duplicate and do a bunch of stuff. So basically, when you join, you can talk to Carter. You can read what he says. All of this, it has my Twitch stuff, and you'll be rewarded with 20 or 64 apples. Here is our village slash town, main town. Our harbor, we updated it a little bit. We added those sea lanterns from the Nether update to make it more modernized, to keep up with the times and update wise. Here is my house. This is like the first building that was ever built. Here is Blazin's house. He also helped me on day one of this realm when it was still a world. The world is over a year old and we have 2 years paid for. We have this little counter that I made, which is days without an accident. So we've gone 9 days without a grief or somebody do some massive troll. Don't turn that down to 0, please. TNT and fire spreading is off, so if you're one of those anarchists and aren't, yeah, this ain't an anarchy server. We like keeping things tight. We did duplicate like this way. Like I said, we don't like encourage it or whatever, but we do it because my philosophy is I'd rather see a good world rather than a bunch of wood and cobblestone buildings. This is all the materials people would have. Let's continue on. More houses up there. Tilted towers now. Someone new just joined, Spenny Benny. Shout out to you. This is your house. We do ask that you finish the majority of the house the first time you come on the server because I just can't stand unbuilt stuff, and that's just like an OCD thing. Please don't. They're just gonna fall down again. Anyway, here's the real deal's house. You saw him. You saw them. Saw him in the last thing. If I'm laughing, it's because all these guys over here are messing around, and you can't hear them, and they're messing. Yeah. Here's one of my friends, Bonnie's house. This is my house, my newer house. It started May 1st. I was waiting for the Nether update. I just never got around to fully updating it. Here we go. Just a little look. I have an aquarium in here and a kitchen. Over here we have the Sweet Retreat Bakery. It's gluten-free for all you people that care about all of that stuff or are allergic. This is basically where you get your food. Ding ding, which is right there. You can see the days without an accident, bunch of flat land. Next up, we are gonna go check out our custom ravine. Are you ready for this, Oink? We have a little lowering system. Just jump down. He's having a hard time. Here's our crystal cave. It's more or less stayed the same since the last video. like I said, other parts will be highlighted. The newer parts in this one, older ones will be in the last world tour, which was a couple months ago. Okay, we are back outside of the ravine, and this is sort of like our library, sort of modern shop. We have our piano here. This is where I made all my banners. We have all the mob heads showing off over here. That's practically it. We used to have a villager in here, but I don't know what happened to him. Probably despawned. Here's our villager breeder. You're gonna see why there isn't so much in a moment. And we have our boat race. So I wanted to add some mini games to the world. So we have a boat race if people want to mess around and ride. It's kind of chaotic. Right next to the sweet retreat, we have the automatic smelter. Not a lot of people use it because, you know, why bring all your stuff over there? We have a slime right here. And a very big highlight is our Connect ore. And he won. Congratulations. Moving on. We're going to take a look at the dojo. The idea behind this was I really wanted to make a building that looked a lot different and used materials that aren't so common, at least in my realm. So that's where the Acacia and the Dark Prismarine come to play. I think it looks really, really good. A lot of people like it too. And as you notice, let me backtrack. We do have custom paintings, and they're Japanese style on this world, and someone destroyed that one. Okay. This is the newest building, at least main building in the world. Do you guys want to hop in and see what it's all about? I guess Oink does, but Element doesn't. So we are going to catch the elevator. You can check out, yeah. And if you want to come back, it goes back down. And you can go up another floor and go back down again, like I said. Something's wrong with the redstone here. I'm going to have to fix that. And next stop is going to be the Villager Trader Hall. Originally, this was going to be like the mall and stuff, but I figured because of all duplication glitches, nothing would really be legit. We have every type of villager, at least that I know about, except the Wandering Trader, because who cares about him? And their prices normally would be at a discount, but the reason they're not is because it's on peaceful right now. Normally zombies would spawn, they die because of the magma, and then all the villagers would be like, yep, hip hip hooray. So yeah, that's the gist of this. Right outside we have Venom Inc. That is another player's building, but he hasn't built the interior for it yet. He wants to make that into a full-blown skyscraper. We'll see where he takes that. Here we have Riviera Valley / Riviera, our farming district. I'm uncertain if that was Riviera the last video that I made for a tour. It's just a little over a year old. Obviously, August 2nd, 2019 is when we first started work on it. We have a little suggestion board of what to do for the farming district, however you choose to decide to call it. Over here, we have the winery. I just felt like building it on the hills. You know, sweet berries are meant to like kind of act as wine bushes. Here we have a bee farm. This was basically built right when the bee update came out because I wanted to do something fancy for them. We have a windmill right here. Over here, I just felt like building like a little farmhouse kind of thing. I built this. And we have right here our automatic clock, and maybe we'll see it work. Basically, every sunset or sunrise, it'll turn on or off. I got the design from Mumbo Jumbo. Is it... Okay, it's off because it's turning day. I didn't know what time of the year it was. Here we have Drain of Colors house. He's like one of the main mans I have. He's gonna make his own YouTube video for his house because it's just that big. Gonna move a little bit on over here. We have our profanity base. The story behind this was I just logged in one day and this house just showed up in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, what the heck? And one thing I do really want is for people to put their gamer tags and their date of their buildings, so I have no idea who built this and what, but it just looks incredible on the inside. We have no idea who the owner is. The IRS may come and collect it pretty soon. Here is Drain of Colors' other house. They connect. We have our automatic sheep farm. Pretty sure this isn't new, but this one is. Wanted to make a huge building and it just didn't work with the space. How it works is basically there's a observer down below, so whenever the sheep eat the grass and grow their shears will shear them, and we'll basically have an abundant supply. Another thing we have right here is our basalt generator. It's kind of just here to be here. We gotta find somewhere to actually put this thing. And now we're going on to our horse race. Here we are, the horse race area. We have our horse stables right over here. This is definitely a lot different. I'm pretty sure I just started this during the last video tour that I showed. We have our two horses there. Players can duke it out and see who wins the race. That's about it for here. We are at our ooh, which is supposed to be the zoo. It's the last major project that I've been working on. It's still a working project. We have basically every biome and every animal that you can think of. Here we have the foxes. Over here we have the cats and the villagers. On the other side, we have the wolves. We had to build that barrier because the wolves kept killing the foxes. And over here, we have the pandas, the ocelots, and the parrots. You can see the baby ocelot right there. There's the parrot, and there's the panda. Here we have our bunnies, and we have our llamas, or llama. I don't know what happened to the other one. Like I said, this project is definitely still a work in progress. Over here, we have our polar bears. Over here, we have our mushrooms. Oh man, that was tedious bringing them over. Yeah, it very much was. And here's our aquarium. So you can come down here and see all the turtles and fish and whatnot. I think I should have lit it up a little bit better. I don't know why there is so much turtles, but they seem to be dominating everything right now. Little water fountains right here. This is the plains biome, so you're gonna get the sheep, pig, cow, horses, bees, mules, donkeys. You're gonna have all of that in here. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed, this is our Viking statue. That took a while to build. That was the first thing that we built. I wanted it to be kind of in the center of the whole zoo. And now we'll go on to the mobs part of the zoo. Okay, anyway, back to the tour. Over here, you can see some skeleton horses and some zombie horses and some zombies while we're at it too. I know what you're all thinking, zombie horses are kind of glitched, but We went into the creative menu glitch that was recently patched, and we spawned some in, so that's how we have our zombie horses while keeping our achievements on. Okay, time to kill you. Now we're gonna go check out our mob cave part of the zoo. So over here we just have a basic zombie spawner, you know what it kind of looked like normally. Over here we have our skeleton side, and over here we have our spider. See, the spider spawned right there. Still waiting on the skeleton. Oh, there he is. Yeah, see, skeleton spawned right there. We have our cave spiders over here, and this is our slimes. You can see the baby slime right there. I heard that spider. I'm not gonna dwell on it that much. I'm just gonna say that they're here. We have our witch hut over here, along with a bunch of zombies that spawned. Over here we have our husk spawner, and you can see the husk over there. This one's a little bit finicky. This is for all the pillagers and ravagers, but it's really not enough space for them. So we have our little iron golem trapped in there. We have a ravager that spawned actually really fast. I don't know where the other ones are, but they'll spawn in. Just do it on a trust factor. Over here we have our strays. Honestly, strays are kind of rare in my mind because I never like build out or go out into like snowy biomes. But I'm sure the spawner will stay active. This is part of the nether biome. Because of the nether update, I made it pretty big. The stray is not spawning still, but oh, look at that. The witch is trying to eyeball me out, huh? Okay, anyway. Yes, we have strays there. They're not spawning right now. I don't know why. This is the other part of the nether biome. See, we have is that the Zoglin? Yeah, we have the Zoglin because we're in the overworld. We see the blazes. There's the wither right there, and there's the strider. That's... Oh, and the magma cubes. I almost forgot about them. They're there too. And this one right here is for the ghast. And I can only spawn it by doing that because I didn't want to have 10 different ghast in here and something horrific happen to the rest of the area. So he just kind of chills in there, but you have to summon him. Over here we have the end city with the shulkers, and we have the ender mites, which aren't spawning right now. I don't know if it's a matter of just waiting or if it's actually broken. You know, I'm gonna eat some rotten flesh because why not right now? Just give it some time. Yeah, it's a lot of commit. Even though I had apples, I chose rotten flesh. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right there. Endermite. Bada bing, bada boom. And over here we have the silverfish. Simulating the end gateway, because that's where they'll all spawn. They've never done that before when I was watching. Over here, this is like for future mobs. And right here we have our phantoms. But they all seem to want to escape the cave. So they just fly up over there. Yeah, nothing over there. Over here we have... Oh gosh, I have mining fatigue now. Ocean Monument, we have our guardians right now. Look at their tails. Just... Bro, he takes up a good chunk of this. But yeah, this is for our guardians and Ocean Monument area of this farm. That's... turtles. That's it as far as the zoo goes. Let's continue on to other highlights of the world. Over here we have our little pyramid that I built. You know, everybody gotta build a pyramid eventually. Well, this is what I did with mine. This is actually a natural spawner that spawned in the direct middle of it, so I found it by random, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build my pyramid right over here. Right over here, we have our little Acacia Village. I wanted to expand on it a little bit, so I built a little custom houses for the villagers. I don't think any of them have like really used them. But it was mainly for looks. I still kind of want to expand this village and make it look a lot more customized and detailed. I'm guessing that this was a house that I had planned to build, but it failed and I never got to it. Element is back. As you can see on the treetops, that's supposed to be an observatory up there on the hills. Kind of failed at it. I got it from one of those blueprint Minecraft websites. Over here, we are heading into the Valley of Wheat, but I need to eat, which is why we have, that's why we have the Valley of Wheat, to eat. If you don't know, the name is dedicated to a place that was on the Anarchy server 2B2T. It was called the Valley of Wheat. It was for new players to come and get food. Same with how it kind of works here. It's definitely not as detailed, that's for sure, but definitely a lot of wheat. I will take you over to our next area. Over here we have a little sloop. Who was this built by? This was built by Bonnie, I believe. Yeah, Bonnie Sloop. On what was the date? He built it on May 10th of this year. And as you can see, we're back at spawn. You can see Carter's name over here. I'm going to show you some stuff around spawn. We have, of course, this Minecraft logo all the way up in the sky for everyone to see. And we have our underwater dome. Now, the only reason there's nothing in here is because I cannot think of anything to build here. So, if you know anybody who has any ideas, or if you have an idea, just, you know, drop it in the comments down below. So, hello, welcome back. Here we have our new town. As you can tell, there's definitely been some improvements to the town. This is where we kind of put all of the newcomers, aka you, if you want to join and be a part of this realm. This is my house. I'll show you like a little of it, kind of detailed. I like having the paintings because they rock. And then we have a bunch of materials that people may need for whatever, because like I said, I'd rather have your world looking good than just stone and cobble. Unless you're really good in that style. We have all of that. I'm gonna show some other house. There's a creeper right here. I gotta kill it. One other thing we say is if you're like an inactive player, because we do have a lot of them, like, you know, it's a month. I understand with Corona going on right now that everybody's circumstances are changed, but I prefer, if you can, let me know, because inactivity is going to lead to me selling your houses, because I want the houses completed for one, and I want active players. Other players' houses, as you can see, that joined. Don't tamper with the mushroom tips. Thanks. Mushroom. This is where Element, aka Rush Rogue, he built this. Here's another player's house, LD. He told me he was going to be away for a little bit, so I kind of excused him, and he was one of those active players earlier. And that's about it for the tour. There's a lot of other smaller things that I could talk about, but those for the most part were the major things and the major changes that have happened since the last tour video. If you're interested in joining, comment down below, like, subscribe. Check me out on Twitch, because I do stream the world a lot. All these other players are Twitch streamers as well. I'll put their links down below, so you can check all three of us out. With that, have a good day, and thanks for watching.